welcome to week 8. So during week 8, we will continue our study of Microsoft PowerPoint. And what we'll be doing is we will be learning how to add slides and text from a Word outline, how to cut, copy, and paste, how to use the clipboard, how to add bulleted and numbered lists, how to add word art to slides, how to understand the content placeholder, how to add objects to slides, including tables, charts, and smart art diagrams. Also, we'll be learning how to include icons, shapes, pictures, and 3D models. Also, how to add alt text to images for accessibility, how to change image alignment, size, and placement, how to display the ruler and the grid lines, and also how to add audio and video to slides. We'll be doing that. We'll also be continuing to have our Chapter 2 quiz for PowerPoint, as well as a discussion about public speaking. So this week I have a couple of videos that are fairly short that are from YouTube that I would like for you to watch, and you'll see them on the discussion forum when you visit that. And I want you to look at that also to research about public speaking. You might just be able to go onto Google, or you can also, of course, use the library databases as well, and then tell me that that's what you did. So that's something that you can do, and just talk about some tips to public speaking. Maybe you can give a personal experience about when you had to do public speaking either for work or in school, or maybe for church or volunteer type organization. You could talk about that. Then we also have our green box exercise for PowerPoint Chapter 2, as well as our skill review and our on your own exercise. Now, I had one student contact me, and she indicated that she did not have the section in her textbook for PowerPoint. Hopefully that doesn't apply to anybody else. And so for her, I have provided the chapter to her because she did show me proof that she did in fact purchase the book, which she showed me pictures of her book. So not exactly sure what happened there. If you're finding that that's the issue, please reach out to me via email, via Canvas message, via Pronto, or via the discussion forum, the Muddiest Point discussion forum, because that way then I can provide you a copy of the chapter. Okay, I do not like doing that, but as long as you show me proof that you've purchased the textbook, either a picture of your textbook, or if you have the receipt from the bookstore or from where you purchased it online or something, send me that, and I have no problem providing the chapter to you, because it's not your fault that something crazy happened and for some reason you're missing half of the book. Not sure why that is. And I'd like to know. I don't know where she purchased her book from, and I should have asked her that. But just be aware of that if there's an issue like that, reach out to me. I can make accommodations. And then, as I say, if it's an issue with the bookstore and you bought it from there, go back and tell them, and then hopefully they can help you to correct it. But of course, the book is available in the library as well on a 2-hour reserve that you can use while you visit the library as well. So and we're checking to make sure that that is correct there. It should be. But again, if you have any issues, any questions, anything as you are working through your assignments, I would really appreciate it if you would reach out to me either via email or via Canvas message, or again, use the Muddiest Point or the Pronto, because I've had several students that have reached out to me. They've had questions or they've run into issues. We've been able to clarify those. One other thing too, I had another student that she's using an older version of Office. I'm not exactly sure why. I told her she could bring her laptop in, and if you go into the first floor of the library, you can visit what's called the ETTC. So bring your laptop with you, and they can help you install Office for free if for some reason you don't have it or it's an older version, as long as your computer will support that. But that's something. So in her case, I'm just telling her, to do that, or to do everything the best that she can. Also, I had another student that had a Mac, and then there was something, actually that was in Word, that she couldn't find on a Mac. So you might notice slight differences like that if you're using a Mac, or if you're trying to do this on an older software version, or you're trying to do this like on a Chromebook through the web interface, which again, I advise against using the web interface. You're going to have issues with that. And the web interface is what we access through our student email. You're going to have problems. And just so you know too, we're not quite there yet because we're going to do Excel next. But I would advise you to please make a plan of how you're going to access a Windows-based computer if you don't have one. So if you only have access to a Mac, if that's what you have, like an Apple MacBook Pro or MacBook Air or something like that, because once we get to the final 2 weeks of the class, we will need to use Microsoft Access, and there is no version of that available on Mac OS. So you need to have access to a Windows machine. Now, of course, if you are local, you can use the library, and they have computers there and you can use those. But just make a plan. Okay, if I need to go visit a friend, I need to, borrow from a family member, whatever I need to do. You don't need it now, but just again, something to maybe kind of think about, in the future, because you're going to have issues. You won't be able, you'll be able to do the quiz, you'll be able to do the discussion forums, but you're not going to be able to do anything else from that. So for access, and that's the last section, that's like the last 2 weeks. And you already see all the assignments when you go under the syllabus. Obviously the modules, they're not published yet, and so I'm publishing them as we're going along. But that's just something to be aware of, that if you are using a Mac, it's okay, but you're going to have issues with that. With Microsoft Access, there's unfortunately not a version available. And you might notice slight differences between what you're doing, what the book tells you, and what it looks like. You should be able to do your work, but there may be some slight issues there. But again, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. I'm still available, and I'll try to do my best to answer you in a fairly responsive manner. So bye for now.